Hi guys, just wanted to take a moment, do a video, sitting on the side in my kitchen at the moment. Sorry if there's any loud noises from the background, that's the builders going on, screaming and shouting and building away out there. Two massive construction sites, which pretty much shake the house every day with the stuff that they're doing. Can't be helped, I suppose. They need to put the buildings up. I wanted to talk today a little bit about respect of the older generation, because in my day, people respected the older generation, and now it's like the newer generation don't respect anybody. Now and again they respect a pretty girl or something, but they don't respect the old people. And that worries me terribly, because in my day, people were very respectful of the older people, you know. Sorry, trying to get the focus of the camera just right. So it's not too, you know, in my face kind of thing. The face is too close sometimes, I know. I get in the hang of this, it's just, you know. Anyway, with the new generation, they seem to be very disrespectful here in Slough in the UK. Sometimes not, but most of the time no. Especially since April 2018, there's been a whole lot of disrespect going on towards, you know, people from Slough, in Slough, people being bullied, intimidated and attacked on a regular basis, people swearing, people shouting, people screaming. I mean, we had some garden incidences and it got so bad that we were given a key to the back garden because there were security breaches going on there between 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning. Sometimes 12 in the morning, late night morning, you know. And these are early hours of the morning, you know. People just don't give a, you know, bit about anything anymore, it seems. I told them to, you know, stop doing it, else I'll call the police. And they just laughed about it. They really did. There's absolutely seems to be a lack of respect. I've been noticing old people being targeted especially, you know, and they're vulnerable, you know, they need protecting, as everybody does need protecting, you know. And I've just noticed this lack of consideration or respect for anybody in Slough at the moment, and it's all types of people, to be white people, Asian people, Indian people, Polish people. The new ones that have come in since April are an absolute nightmare. Because we've had new people before and they didn't behave this way, you know. They're always considerate, and people would say, "I'll turn your music down very late at night, I'm trying to sleep," and they do it. They'd say, "Oh, sorry," and then they do it. But now it's like people have this lack of compassion about them, and they're very rude, and they tell you to shut the F up, and they laugh, and they're just absolutely horrible. So what's happened is, we've been, in fact, I'll show you, given a key, this key, for the back garden, so that we can open and close the back door and the front door to the garden. That's how bad it's gotten. They've actually had to put a lock on the garden gate now. So we've each been given a key round here to lock up after ourselves, because there's been intimidation and bullying going on in the garden lately. We don't know who's behind it or anything, but I do know since April it's been hell on earth. And you know, people just aren't being respected, their space. I mean, I was in McDonald's yesterday having a small Smartie ice cream, because apparently they don't do any strawberry sundaes. They stopped doing those, unfortunately, because they were my favourite. And my mum's favourite was the toffee sundae. Sorry about the camera angle, I don't know why, but I'm facing at the camera, but the camera, looks like I'm looking away, but really I'm looking at the camera. at the moment, but for some reason it just looks like I'm looking that way, so I apologise for that. And these people came along, per usual, and they started to make faces, creepy, sexual, inappropriate suggestions. I had to move 3 different times because of it in McDonald's in Slough. And so I moved to the middle seat, same thing goes on there. So I moved to the window seat where I can be by myself, and they just start hanging around out the front, outside the window. Again, creepy suggestions. Nobody seems to put these people in their place anymore, and it seems to be not just the newer generation, but the older generation. They seem to range between 20, 18, 16, 15, 14, and pretty much all ages do it now. And it's very strange because people weren't like this before. And I was talking to this older gentleman about it. He was in his 80s or 90s, I'd say. And I said, is it me, or have people absolutely lost all touch with reality and respect for older people, for people of Slough, for Slough itself, you know? And he said, yeah, Slough's completely horrible. It's absolutely changed. We have these hostile kind of types in now that don't respect anybody or anything. And it's just absolutely unbelievable. Actually, I don't like going out in Slough anymore. I feel quite threatened when I'm out in Slough now. I mean, I put on a smile and I'm nice and I'm pleasant, but really I feel very upset and kind of threatened by these types of people, you know. And I just wondered if it was going on anywhere else where people were being intimidated and bullied, you know, for no good reason. And it just doesn't make any sense, because we don't deserve that. We deserve a good, decent life, a nice, quiet, decent life, you know. So I went for a small walk, and, you know, it's not good round this area at all. As I say, I'm going to save up for a moving vehicle to move all my stuff out and to get new locks for the new place. I'm going to move totally out the area. I mean, it's completely changed since April. And before that, the town was run down, but people were all right. They're a bit spaced out. Another thing I noticed is people don't use their telephones or cell phones, mobile phones anymore. Since April, the skies all went blue and cleared up. But you know, people started acting really crazy around that time. They were acting a bit odd before, very inappropriate and stuff. But now it's like a majority of new people came in April, and it's just horrendous. And everyone in Slough is saying that people are acting jolly strange. You know, they've been noticing also since April about the behaviour differences. And I've got to tell you, it's not very pleasant, you know. But my topic was, from 5 years ago, mind you, 5 years ago, people weren't that respectful of old people either, you know. And some people just want to sit down for a nice quiet ice cream, a bite to eat, a glass of water, a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi or what have you, and they can't even do that without being harassed anymore. I call it target bullying, you know, harassive targeting, because these people seem to be hanging out in gangs. They seem to range from Polish people, Londoners, and Indians and Pakistans. They've just come in April and just completely rude and unpleasant. And I'm sorry to say it, but people weren't rude and unpleasant before. Yeah, we had a few twits that were, but it wasn't this bad, you know. And I just wanted to take the time to, you know, in my day, back in 2000, people weren't like this to old people. They were respectful, kind, decent, honourable people. I mean, we had a few riley teenagers because of the hormones and what have you. I was a teenager, I was a young, I think I was 1920 and 2000. So yeah, times have changed quite a lot from there. And I started, these past 5 years, I've really started to notice the generation really deteriorating of younger people. people just don't take the time to be decent and kind. And I'm not talking about everyone, because I know that there are people out there that are decent and kind and, you know, do the right thing. But I can't believe what's been going on, you know. It's quite unbelievable, really. You know, sorry about the headshots. When I do a film, it usually goes like that, and then I get closer and closer, you know. Sorry, guys. But, does anybody else notice that the world's just going to hell right now? And am I the only one noticing it? Because honestly, I just can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I never dreamt that the world could be this bad, you know. And the Slough town looks like the apocalypse. The barren land, I'm not joking. I've got to do a video on that because it's terrible. Absolutely dreadful. And I know they're going to put a new town up and everything, but the stuff they've been doing, all the new buildings and that, they look freaking horrible. They've got like these new modern jagged buildings up and that, and they look horrible. I just want to live in a nice country town, small town with a little bit of shops that's quiet and peaceful, and I'll be happy. At the top floor, you know, just a little flat on my own where I'm not bothered and harassed. Maybe Windsor or Uxbridge would be nice, or somewhere quiet like that. Even Taplow's got to be better than this. This is just... And with the building at the moment, as I say, that can't be helped because, you know, that's just their jobs that they're doing. But there's some stuff going on around here at the moment that I'm suspicious of now as well. Anyway, since April, it's just got so much worse, you know, with the intimidation. And you can feel when you walk into Slough and you grew up in Slough. I mean, I've been in this flat for 18 years. I've never seen people rake in the garden like this and scream and shout and bully people. It's been absolutely dreadful. You can hear. They're screaming and shouting in the background right now. It's terrible. Anyway, I don't want to live in an environment like this anymore. I just want a nice, quiet life, as most people do. Absolute hell. Oh, and I was feeding the birds 2 weeks ago now, and these disrespectful teenagers were filming, and this girl was swearing at me. She went for me. And I was very nice. I said, oh, can I leave some leftover cake for the birds, you know, down the high street? I put the cake and the birds down. We get a lot of harassment and hoots and all sorts going on. And I put the cake down for the birds. And, you know, this person just went straight for me. Got up, threw the cake at me, really nasty, threatened to punch my effing face in. It's gotten totally like I wouldn't recommend Slough to anyone unless you're a thug or a bully or something, then you'll be right at home. It's dreadful, you know, and I didn't even do anything. I did retaliate back and I did give as good as I got, I must admit, because I don't put up with crap like this. These things, they shouldn't be allowed to be getting away with this. And this was, I think she was a Londoner or something, because she wasn't very nice at all. Most of the Londoners are moving in are pretty rough and pretty nasty as well. Polish people, the new ones are horrible. The old ones that they had here weren't that bad, actually. They were all right, but now they're moving in these new types and they're horrible. Same with the Indians and the Pakistans. They're horrible now. But the old ones from Slough, that originally from Slough, weren't this bad. You know, it's just the new types that are coming in now. Honestly, terrible. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up because, you know, everyone's going through their own thing. Everyone's going through such a bad time at the moment. It's awful, you know. I just can't believe how bad Slough's gotten from 5 years ago to now. From 2015 to 2018, it's got dreadful. And I mean dreadful. Anyway, take care of yourselves, guys, and, yeah, talk to you soon. Okay, well, have a good day, wherever you are, and or night or afternoon, depending on where you are, and take care.